And welcome back, YouTube. And today we're starting a new season of Oil and Pirates. Yes, this is the campaign we're gonna choose. And you're the fledgling pirate in the ranks of the Deepwater God. You have recently taken possession of a watering hole fortress and a brand new Raper class attack ship. The Pirate Council has granted you exclusive rights to the Onyx Watch territories as your own personal playground. Plunder awaits you in those waters. Onyx Watch. In this campaign, only the Onyx Watch territories are active and no other factions exist on the map. Onyx Water is divided into 3 eras depending on how long you play. Age of Sails. From 0 to 10, you will see easier sailing ships. Hybrid era. From 6 to 15, you will see hybrid ships that have characteristics of both first and third era. Castle era. From hours 10 and on, you will see much more difficult castle ships. If you want to experience the Onyx Watch castle ships, you will need 10 times the time till then. Well, we're gonna set the enemy growth factor to max. Godly designs. And of course, first playthrough on the resources given. Because otherwise it's gonna just take us way too long for us to actually get anywhere. And difficulty modifier, I'm gonna keep it at 1 because it messes stuff up. And localized resources, of course. So, begin your campaign. We are the pirate, and we're gonna be the pirate lord. Yes, fear and terror in the Onyx Watch territory. And the first thing to do is remove these ammo barrels right behind them, these guns, because those have a tendency of blowing up and causing all sorts of problems for you. And this fortress is actually a pretty decent fortress. I'm gonna keep it just as it, well, not just as it is. I'm gonna actually modify it, but yeah. And I built a couple of ships, well, a couple of them. Built a couple of bombers, and they're kind of derpy, and they're really derpy. In my tests I couldn't get them to work right, unfortunately. They're not particularly powerful, and I think that the Onyx Watch will not have problems dealing with them. But that's exactly it. I don't know how much I'm gonna use them. The Onyx Watch does have somewhat of a problem dealing with anything that is in the air. So it's kind of cheeky to just go for the easier option there and you know, blast everything out of the water from the sky. Because even though, I mean, we wouldn't go that much out of the lore, because Deepwater God did look for the skies once the castle ships were being put in place by the Onyx Watch, or something like that. But yeah, this entire section, we simply don't need it. So we're discarding it. And we're gonna also clear some other stuff around the place, because this fortress has a lot of stuff that it doesn't really need. It's gonna most likely take us some time to clean the whole thing up, but it's gonna also give us some time to build our ship. And that ship is slightly bit too expensive, but it kinda keeps with the Deepwater God kinda build style. It's relative cheap, it's relative crappy, and it's not particularly fast, even though that's not exactly the Deepwater thing. It's more of a I don't think it's anyone's thing that they just have slow ships. I mean, the Onyx Watch does just have several relative slow vessels, but it's not like I mean, they do something like 7 meters a second or something like that, which is slow. The early designs, their sailboats are actually quite fast from time to time, and they can exert their speed. Of course, I'm not carrying enough material because we are building that thing now, and that thing is flipping over. Alright, this is something I didn't expect to happen. I mean, it should stabilize itself. It should stabilize itself. I mean, as soon as the kill is put down here. Ah, duppy. But yeah, this one only has like the frontal guns. It doesn't have anything to the side. It has no advanced cannons. Just a couple of derp cannons at the front and torpedoes. Even though the Deepwater Gut are not that much known for their torpedoes, they do have them. And so I don't feel like being cheeky with them. Of course, the Deepwater Guards also has missiles a lot. Well, a lot. Yeah, they have some number of missiles. Not on their larger designs, they have like... but on their smaller ones, yeah. Even the Rapier there has a couple of missiles. Even though the Rapier is more of an advanced design when it comes down to Deepwater Guard. It kinda reminds me of a ship that is in the Onyx Watch fleet, but that one is a godly design. I wouldn't know what kind of a design the Rapier is. Most likely regular or something like that. Or maybe even potentially an X, but it does have it's pretty decent all around. Oh. Well, we're under attack. Let's repair. Yes. Well, repair. Nothing to repair. Alright. That. Alright, it's gonna be fine. And we're gonna set ourselves on the one shot. Maybe turning it slightly bit outward. 78%. Yeah, it's gonna be fine. Gonna max out the block so we get all of our ships in the game. Now we don't have the AI on. And will we hit? Ooh, we did hit. Reloading. And you can see all the barrage of fire that comes from it's coming from the fortress there. And this is pretty much one of the early designs of the Onyx Watch. Sailboat, kind of very vulnerable to pretty much everything you throw at them. Some of them do have shielding, so they are a bit more better protected against advanced cannons, but everything else still pretty much very easily kills them. Alright. Okay, it's 2 damage. Alright. Ignoring salvage, please. Thank you. Okay, we got 3000 materials from that. That should help us rebuild somewhat. And because the Rapier has very awkward AI, I don't want to meddle with it too much. It has an ABC control that every single time that it sees the enemy, it goes into combat mode, and as soon as there is no enemies, it goes out of the combat mode, making it kinda annoying. Vessel.
Moving now.
Alright, you slightly bit out. I will not destroy the Rapier. It's gonna work for us right now, and until we don't get the second attack going. Onyx Watch does send like at the start couple of attacks, kind of more like probing attacks, but their ships are relative in size. They're relatively bigger than what we have, and the amount of material that we're currently having. I mean, we're building ships that are 10-15,000 in material. They're sending ships that are 30 to 50,000 in material. So it's if you manage to capture them, which I would recommend, you go capture these vessels. I'm not gonna be doing it all that much, even though I am the pirate in this, and you're kind of supposed to be capturing stuff. But I just didn't build any ships that would be appropriate for that task, and maybe later on. I mean, those castle ships, they have a ton of material on them. It's such a, it looks like such a waste, but at the same time, these sailboats, on the other hand, are a bit
Receiving.
fast to be captured. I mean, they do pretty decent speed, and I wouldn't wanna, you know, lose a battle just so I can capture one ship or something like that. That would be embarrassing right off the start. Oh yeah, and I'm doing this recording like the second time over now, because the first time I done it, it didn't actually record the episode for some other reason, just black screen. That was not fun. And yeah, as you can see, you need 3 of these, and that's it. You can already marks the resource potential that you get out of them. And let's load another one shot here. And you don't have to be this high up, you know. Is it J? No, G. Alright, slightly bit better, I suspect. And okay, yeah, but as you can see, these ships are not particularly well built. They're pretty much wood, practically one layer of wood all around, torpedo tubes at the front, and then there is the 2 crime cannons that practically stretch half a ship through and through, and they are static guns, so they can only fire forward in something like a 20-degree arc side to side and 80-degree arc upward. They're not particularly fast. I think they can do something like 8 meters a second at its best, as it has only very small propellers at the back end. And sails. I never played around much with sails, so I kinda wanted to have a couple of ships that would have sails, especially at the start, so we can like have something to match the Onyx Watch, but at the same time not completely overpower them. And then did I mention that I'm not gonna be, this episode, I'm not trying to avoid building overpowered weaponry, like large advanced cannons. Lasers, maybe once we meet ships with lasers, because they are on the Onyx Watch. They do have the Glavia that uses lasers, they do have the Alcazar, I think it's using lasers, but even though the Alcazar is only using the defensive laser, not the offensive ones. So, but I don't know. 23% could this be potentially time for us to destroy the rapier? And
Receiving.
let's try it out. Let's destroy the rapier, and let's put all the resources into this thing. Oh well, 31%, 37. Material 0, material 10,000. Let's see how much of this we can build before we get attacked. Only 70%? Really? Wow.
Receiving.
One cheap bus.
Moving.
No.
Receiving. Moving now.
I hate it that you click on the ship and it's still everything is selected, but it doesn't show you an indication that everything is selected.
Listening.
4 out of 10 meters, okay. Well, this is gonna be pretty much on our single one shot there.
Moving now.
And yeah, we're gonna be under attack very quickly now.
Receiving.
Once we have like 3 ships into the game, we're gonna start attacking the enemy up as well. SN, and a Bailey. Alright, let's max out the battle.
Receiving.
And I'm gonna place
Listening.
this a bit backward here.
Receiving.
And I'm gonna go up to this and begin battle. Alright, we have everything in the game. Do we have combat? One
Taking
shot, one
command.
shot.
Command.
Oh, and now it actually built the AI first. So it can actually move, and it does have weaponry online. It lacks the sails though. I don't think it's gonna be much of the tier to it though. It's not, the sails are not really there to be the most powerful part of the ship anyway. That are just movement purposes. Weaponry alone, however, will manage this to work. It's gonna be good enough. And it does have a couple of small propellers as well, so it can move just a bit slower. Alright. Plethora of shells coming. Oh, and it got hit there. Oh, and you missed now. Okay. Are the torpedoes doing their thing? I don't think they are. I mean, they did hit several times here. Oh, they're coming in. Missing. That's, they're all going for that one? Really? That one is no longer a threat. You guys can refocus now. Oh dear. Oh well, this one I think it's dead in the water now. I mean, the fortress guns apparently did do a number on it, and that one is dead. And I think this one gonna be relatively quickly too damaged. And wasn't there another enemy? I thought there were 3 of them, but I could only see 2. Huh. Oh well. We win! Another glorious victory for our marvelous fleet. Alright. Ah, that's yet another one shot. So we're gonna have 3 of these vessels now. Even though I doubt that I have the actual material available on me to build this. No, I don't. Well, anyhow, our dumpy little ships are actually proving to be somewhat useful to us. Not as dumpy as I initially thought they're gonna be. Even though this one here is quite dumpy and not deploying its sails. Oh, that because it's sailing straight toward the wind. Did give you the sailing algorithm there, so I don't know if that's right what you're doing. Oh, well. But yeah, I'm gonna play with some restriction to my weaponry, to not be overbearing on the Onyx Watch. And the Onyx Watch campaign is one of the funniest. You have to deal with, large ships, relatively large ships. And they're actually ships. In every other campaign, you're gonna be fighting mostly flyers or airships or something that's in the sky. And it's kind of annoying to me that doing that most of the time, if not all the time. So the Onyx Watch is pretty much the only fleet that actually has a lot of surface vessels, and I like that. I like to play against them. I like building them. So yeah, that's why one of the reasons why I picked up the Onyx Watch. Even though this is also considered the easiest campaign, all others are somewhat harder. Who would have guessed that one? But yeah, Hydra ship being constructed here. But yeah, the Onyx Watch does not faces the most powerful ships in the game. It's just it's kind of obsolete, especially with their usage of cramps. There are just much usage of cramps and not enough. And those ships that are using the advanced cannons, they're often having this odd construction where one shell hits them and they just explode. So that's somewhat of embarrassing, you could say. You know what, let's just split this process. Pull all. Repair all. Alright.
Receiving.
Now you go
Moving now.
forward.
Receiving.
You
Moving
go
now.
forward.
Receiving. Moving
And you
now.
go forward. Even though one.
Receiving. Moving now.
Okay.
Receiving.
Now please merge these forces yet again. And I know one of them is barely constructed to any functional amount, but we're gonna see. Most likely we're gonna get enough resources during battle to practically finish it up. But yeah, we have 3 war vessels in the game. Well, 3. 2 and 3/4. Well, no, it's 4/5 now at 80%.
Receiving. Moving now.
Alright, we're going at 5 meters a second. Yeah, newly built ships do not excel in speed. Alright, oh yeah, and R, and 1, and this. Because I didn't set them right when I was building them. Hooray for me. Okay, let's see what... We're gonna jump into this territory and we're gonna just wait for a bit to see what the enemy gonna provide us. Okay. Nothing yet. Still nothing? Are we not deep enough? Could we? Oh, we are just. I'm waiting here for absolute no good reason. Me, the Dub King.
Moving now.
I'm dreaming about being the pilot role, but let's face it, I'm already the Dub King, so. Alright, now
Receiving.
you to one side,
Receiving.
you to the another side, and
Receiving.
we're gonna be here. Oh, they all have their AIs on. You already got your torpedoes? Not yet. You already have your guns? Not yet. Oh, the bottom one is, but I don't think it can move at the moment. Alright, we're gonna have to... Well, destroying stuff, that will give us some resources that we're gonna desperately need. Okay, we have taken some damage. Not the best thing to happen. Ooh, you have taken quite a lot of damage here. Getting shot by those advanced cannons. And your crown has been disabled, haven't it? Or at least you're not having any...
Engaging now.
Ooh, that was a good hit from our other one shot that started on this side of the map. Alright. And you're rotating. That's not a good thing to happen. Oh. Okay. Still, this thing is taking a beating, and there are torpedoes in the water, so we're gonna be taking this one out. That's pretty much guaranteed. What are you? Ugh, so dark we can't see anything. 55%, it's dead. Now where are the rest of them? Up there. What is this thing? The mule. And this is... whatever this thing is. Hold target, please.
Now.
We do have now, however, enough resources to start building our ships and repairing. And in between, ships repairs are also going on, which is neat. What hit us there is beyond me, but well, something did. and cause some serious damage to our ship. Oh, that one is AI that there as well. Oops. And well, we're in range, we're repairing that, which is nice. Well, let's see. Oh, yes. Cram cannons hitting there. Oh. And missing. And torpedoes incoming and kablooing. And it's AI dead. Alright, I think we dealt with this wave as well. Well, wave. We can attack them. Alright. And pull. Okay.
Receiving.
And let's 10 times the speed. And let's grab these resources as there are plenty of them.
Receiving.
Okay.
Moving now.
Don't wanna go too far away from our pushing hole. But
Moving now.
I think this is gonna be good enough for now. Let's turn slightly bit to the base and then we're gonna finish this episode. Alright. So yeah. That's gonna be it for this battle. For this episode. And see ya.